Hello from North Myrtle Beach. We are driving on Ocean Boulevard. We are going northbound. We're starting in the Crescent Beach section of North Myrtle Beach and heading towards Cherry Grove at the end. Hi, I'm Carmen, and we hope you enjoy this relaxing drive down Ocean Boulevard. It's actually been a while since we've been up here to North Myrtle Beach, and I know several of you have requested a North Myrtle Beach drive on Ocean Boulevard. If you're new to our channel, welcome, and we do have a lot of videos on North Myrtle Beach and on Myrtle Beach, so we hope you will enjoy those videos. Feel free to scroll through them, and I'll link some in the description below that you might find interesting. We're fairly early in the day. It is before 11 a.m. And you may laugh that that's early, but I'm talking about beach time. Most people don't get out and about until a little later in the day. Especially if they're on vacation. They might be out enjoying a pancake house or a breakfast somewhere, but you won't see as many people out walking about at this time of day. As you can see in North Myrtle Beach, there's a big mix. You've got smaller rentals like the ones over there on the left side, but then oceanfront, you've got some larger hotels as well as some condos. It's a mix, which is kind of nice. It's something for everyone. And if you're not familiar with North Myrtle compared to Myrtle Beach, they are two separate cities. They are not the same city. And North Myrtle Beach is a little more relaxed in my opinion, a little more of a relaxed vibe. There is entertainment, but most of it is over on Bypass 17 or Business 17. There's not as much entertainment right here on Ocean Boulevard. There's a little bit, just not quite as much. But you don't need a lot of entertainment when you've got the gorgeous beach steps away from you, which is what you have here. Do a little side so you can maybe catch a glimpse. Not yet. I saw a parasailer out there though. So there are mainstream hotels like you just saw the Best Western, but there's a lot of private rentals in North Myrtle Beach. And there are companies who handle those private rentals, and I'm sure there's plenty that are Airbnb or one of those other type of rentals. There's a smaller Rise Hotel, the Jamaica. And so over to my left is considered second row. That means you're across Ocean Boulevard from the beach. And then, of course, on the right is oceanfront. Leave us a comment below. Do you like to stay in North Myrtle Beach? And if you do, what is your favorite location to stay in? Because North Myrtle Beach is broken up into different sections. They used to be, I believe, separate towns. Feel free to correct me if that is wrong, but I believe like Crescent Beach versus Cherry Grove and so on, they all used to be separate, and then they unified and formed North Myrtle Beach. And so we're still in Crescent Beach right now. You can tell by the street signs. The street signs will tell you which section you're in. Actually, it looks like we just changed over. Now it says Ocean Drive. And so there are the different sections, and like I said, you can tell by the street signs. And those are nice, pretty. And even though I mentioned it's kind of early-ish in the day, you won't see as much foot traffic here until we get to the centralmost part where Main Street is. I'll show you that, as you will down in Myrtle Beach on Ocean Boulevard. I think mostly because you have the big boardwalk with all the entertainment there on Myrtle Beach's Ocean Boulevard. It's funny, we've mentioned this previously, but when we got our very first place in this area, we were ready to put an offer in on a, I guess it would be considered a condo in the Cherry Grove part of North Myrtle Beach. Almost. Didn't quite work out, but we were very close to doing that. We ended up getting a condo instead in Myrtle Beach, but we definitely like this area as well. And my family used to have a house in North Myrtle Beach, so we do enjoy this side of the area as well. And if you don't know, the Grand Strand is what they call the beaches in South Carolina, but they go past many cities and areas. It's not just Myrtle Beach. I think a lot of people think Myrtle Beach and then they think Grand Strand, but the Grand Strand actually goes on for miles and miles up and down South Carolina's coast. So North Myrtle Beach is a part of that Grand Strand. And right up here, I believe, it's been a while since I've been here, is Main Street. You can kind of tell by the colorful buildings. And this is where I mentioned there is a little bit of entertainment, and you probably won't be able to see too well down Main Street from here, but there are some shops and restaurants up and down Main Street here as well. So if you're looking for entertainment, gift shops, this is going to be your best bet unless you're willing to go over to 17, Highway 17 to get more restaurants, dining, entertainment. That's an interesting way to pull out. And there's a lot of putt-putt, those kind of things if you go over there. And then also if you're looking for even more shopping and dining, you can go to Barefoot Landing, and that's in North Myrtle Beach, and I will link to a video tour of Barefoot Landing in the description below. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Starting to see some people out, getting ready for a day at the beach. So we might get a little peek. I can't really see over the dunes. And if you're not familiar with the laws in South Carolina, if you are a guest and visiting here, you do need to yield to pedestrians. And so if you see people trying to cross the street, definitely give them the right of way, especially on a road like this where a lot of people are staying over on Second Row or even further inland and walking to the beach. Wow, that is a large house. That's beautiful. There's a public beach access, so I should mention that too. There are public beach accesses. Most of them have a fee during certain times of the year. You definitely need to read the signage there and make sure you know if you need to pay. They used to all have parking meters, so it was quite clear, but now a lot of times they only have one sign telling you need to pay and a little machine letting you pay rather than individual meters. And so definitely keep an eye out for that so you don't get a nasty surprise as a ticket on your car for not paying for the parking. So here we've got quite a few residential houses right on the ocean front, some more public parking and public beach access. There's another one. When's your next trip to the beach? Are you coming soon? Are you coming further down the road? And let us know in the comments too, how far out do you plan your beach vacation? I know a lot of people, we did a poll recently on our channel. If you're not subscribed to our channel, if you subscribe, you'll get our polls. And we asked that same question, and a lot of people said they start planning on their way home from the trip that they were on to the beach. I think that's a good way to do it. I like having something to look forward to. Now, one thing that is somewhat unique at this end that we're coming up to, we're not quite there yet, of North Myrtle Beach, especially when you get all the way down to Cherry Grove, is you end up getting a marsh on the left side. So that's kind of nice. You get the best of both worlds, especially if you enjoy fishing or other marsh activities or kayaking, lots of things you can do in the marsh side. It gives you the best of both worlds. Both would be in walking distance, and we'll show that when we get down there. You should be able to see a little bit of it. A few people on bikes. Now that is one difference of Ocean Boulevard here in North Myrtle Beach. In Myrtle Beach, there are dedicated bike lanes. Here, there are not, but the traffic here is a little more relaxed. I mean, there's plenty of it, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it just, this end of the beach to me for biking feels a little safer. So even though they don't have the dedicated bike lane, I feel like this is, people just don't go quite as fast. and you don't have quite as many people pulling out of the mega hotels, you know, the really tall hotels, because there's just not as many of them here. It's a great day to be outside today. We are going to be doing that shortly. It's so beautiful, nice and sunny. We get a lot of great weather here at Myrtle Beach. We also get tons of questions about the weather. It obviously varies a lot unless it's in the summer, and then it's just hot and humid. But if you're interested in details about the weather, we have a playlist. I'll link it in the description below, and we detail the weather for every season of the year here at Myrtle Beach. And we go over historical temperature averages, rainfall averages, and also tips for each season, because each season comes with its own unique festivals, things that could bring crowds that you might want to avoid or you might want to go to. So we cover all that in those videos. It's basically like it's not just the weather, it's a seasonal guide to Myrtle Beach. All right, now we're in the Cherry Grove section of Myrtle Beach, and this is probably where we've spent most of our time in North Myrtle Beach. Like I said, we almost purchased property, and this is pretty well known. This is the Cherry Grove fishing pier area, but oh, there we go. I was about to say you may not be able to see the pier. There it is. And they do, unless they've changed, you can leave us a comment, let us know for sure. They do charge a fee to go out on that pier, and you can fish from the pier. If you fish from the pier, you do not need a South Carolina state fishing license, but if you fish from the beach, you do need a fishing license. So now over to the left, it's going to be really hard to see because of the buildings. I'll try to get between these next group of buildings. There are sort of a marshy area, so that's really nice to see. Trying to wait for a good spot to show it to you, but the houses are pretty tightly packed in right now. Check right here. I'm gonna go across Brian here. Brian is our awesome driver. It's really hard to tell, but a lot of these houses are on stilts because they are over the marsh. So now we've encountered that side of it where, like I said, you've got the ocean on one side and the marsh on the other. So it's kind of unique and a neat feature. I think Cherry Grove, even compared to the rest of North Myrtle, is even more relaxed, less high rises, again, less entertainment. So it depends on why you're here, what you're looking for, less food and walking distance, that kind of thing, but it is just a little more relaxed even than the main part of North Myrtle Beach. What draws you to the beach? Is it the beach itself, or is it the entertainment in this area, or something else? Let us know. Definitely a lot of entertainment, a lot of good restaurants, and even if you're staying in North Myrtle Beach, it's not that far to get to Myrtle Beach, where you have a whole bunch of other entertainment and restaurants. And you will see a lot of golf carts. People will rent houses that are over here on the left side, and some are further back on the left side, and then they'll drive golf carts. You can rent golf carts for that purpose as well. There's also bike rentals here as well. So lots of options. Also, there are rentals for, you know, like kayaks, small sailboats, that kind of thing. So tons to do. A little old house. You can tell that's been around for a while. It's an interesting thing about this area. You'll see the high rises, you'll see fancy mansions, you'll see small but new houses, and then you'll see houses that have been here a very long time, and also old brick or cinder block hotels, motels that have been here a very long time. It's an interesting mix. And as you can see by this sign, we're not there yet, the Cherry Grove section of North Myrtle Beach does have a dead end, and it's kind of abrupt. They do warn you with a couple of signs, but it can catch you off guard. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now and click subscribe so you won't miss anything new. Thanks so much for watching. Until our next adventure.